Welcome back to the news.
The Sri Lanka Administrative Services Association will engage in a Work to Rule campaign tomorrow. Its secretary, Rohana De Silva, said the Work to Rule campaign will be effective at a number of state institutions, including the Departments of Registration of Persons, Motor Traffic and Immigration and Emigration.
Moving on to another news story which made headlines. The Joint Committee of Executive Officers in all island services, comprising of 17 trade unions of the public service, including the Government Medical Officers Association, have decided to stage a strike tomorrow. The strike will be staged against the non-granting of vehicle permits and several other facilities as proposed in the 2016 budget.
The
Government Medical Officers Association, along with the Joint Committee of Executive Officers in all island services, will commence a trade in action from 8 a.m. tomorrow. We have decided to continue with the operations of the emergency services. The trade union action will not be in effect at the Lady Ridgeway Hospital for Children, the Castle Street Hospital for Women, the Zoisa Maternity Hospital, the Cancer Institute and the Sirimau Bandaranayake Specialist Children Hospital. We hope that the sensitive nature of this action will be given consideration and talks will be called for either today or tomorrow. This can be stopped only through discussions with the Joint Committee of Executive Officers in all island services. As we did not receive a response from the government even after noon today, we have decided to commence an island-wide strike tomorrow by calling in sick.
The Engineering Professionals Association organized a protest opposite the Ministry of Public Administration against the curtailment of the rights of the public servants. Thereafter, the demonstrators marched towards the Prime Minister's office and handed over a letter. Our request is for the provision of the professional allowance that was promised to the 100-day government. The Ministry of Finance was sweeping this matter under the carpet. We monitored the situation for months. However, the government has failed to fulfill this promise. Today we have resorted to trade union action. We will commence a continuous strike action in a week. Tomorrow we will join with the common protest by the other public service professionals. We are against the move to curtail the duty-free vehicle permit. The Federation of University Teachers Association says that it is disappointed with the nature of the allocations made by the government for the education sector. The government announced that more funds will be allocated for the education sector. They announced an increase of over 5%. When we analyze allocation, only 3.7% of the GDP has been allocated for education. The budget includes something called the capital carrying cost. This is not a cost that should burden the government. When we make the calculations, it will be around 2.72%. We are aware that 6% of the GDP cannot be allocated for education. If this is properly formulated with 30% a year, by 5 years, we can see the increase. Drivers of school transport services operating in Colombo raised black flags in their vehicles against the increase of the emission tax.